Welcome to SolidCAM Professor. I'm Sidney, your SolidCAM Professor, with one of many videos available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In this recording, we'll be continuing with our T-slot operations, and we'll be talking about our levels and our technology. Choosing our levels is the exact same way as choosing our levels inside any profile operation. We have our ceiling and our depth. The ceiling is the actual top of the T-slot itself. So I'll just click on this surface over here and you can see the value over here. As far as the depth goes, the depth is the actual floor of the T-slot. And that's all there is to it. Let's go into our technology field. Now, in our technology field, you can see there are many similarities that we have to our profile operations. We have our rough with its clear offset, and we also have our finish as well. Now, there are, however, certain differences which are specifically designed for T-slots. Let's actually start looking at them. The geometry area is exactly the way it is in profile. Now let's open up our rough. We have our clear offset, which I'm not going to use now. This again is exactly like our profile operation. Next, however, we have our cutting depth overlap. Note what we don't have here. We don't have a step down. Our step down is controlled by our cutting depth overlap. What you're actually doing is saying how much of an overlap do you want between the first and next cut of the actual T-slot itself. Now, since we know already in our tool, I will just for a moment go back to our tool, and we know exactly what the cutting length is, we can actually determine with the overlap the exact step down that we need to take. So we don't have to guess what the step down is going to be needed in order to have the proper overlap. This is calculated automatically with the knowledge that we have from the actual cutting length of the tool. In this particular case, I'd like to have an overlap of 1 millimeter. Next, we also have another option here specific to our T-slot called cut from, where we can work from the top to the bottom, as shown in the diagram on our left. We can go from the bottom to the top. We can also go from the middle towards the bottom and then clear towards the top, as well as just the opposite. Start from the middle and go to the top first and then to the bottom. So we have 4 different possibilities of our cutting direction. I'm going to actually use going from the middle to the bottom and then clearing off the top. Now, let's go to our offsets. We have 3 different offsets now. We have a wall offset, we have a ceiling offset, and a floor offset. I'm going to set my ceiling offset and my floor offset and my wall offset all at the same value of 0.5 millimeter. So that'll actually leave me material on the ceiling, as well as the wall, as well as the floor itself over here. Now, if we go to our finish allows us to do a finish on all 3, ceiling, wall, and floor, or we can say I only want to do my ceiling and or just the wall or the floor or any combination that we want to have over here. At this moment, I'm not going to do any finish, and we'll get back to that in a few moments. Now, our links are exactly the way we have it in our profile operation. I'm going to just leave my link right now, going in with a large arc and also leading out with a large arc. We'll save and calculate, and then we'll take a look at our simulation. if we go into our simulation and let's do solve verify and also look at the side view of the part, you'll see that the tool goes down, and note that's going actually to the middle area of the slot. As it goes across, it leaves. Now when it goes back to the other side, it's going now down. It went across and continued towards the bottom. Now it's going back up to finish up the top. Note also the 1 millimeter overlap that you have. So this is actually what's controlling our step up and step down. Going across the part itself, finishing off what it needed to do. Now it's going to do the same thing on the other side. Finishing off the bottom and then finishing off the top. For more videos on SolidCAM Professor, please go to our website www.solidcam.com and look for the tab called SolidCAM Professor. Thank you for joining us on SolidCAM Professor. Take care and have a nice day.